Hi everyone, it's Anna from the Goldsboro Library, and I'm back with another set of tips, ideas for things to do with your small children. So this week we're going to talk about, in our story time, mail, writing letters, mailing letters, going to the post office, that kind of thing. And I was thinking about it, and writing letters can be super fun. It's really fun for children, especially to get mail. I mean, I love getting mail, and it's not junk mail. Like when somebody takes the time to write you a letter, it just seems a little bit nicer than getting a text or getting an email. So I was thinking about the things that we could talk about around children and writing letters, thinking of other people practicing writing letters, going to the post office, that kind of thing. So, writing letters can improve a lot of literacy skills in children, depending on how old they are, whether they watch you write a letter, you help them write a letter, or they write a letter on their own. They can practice a lot of different skills. So the most obvious one is practicing writing letters, not the actual letter, but letters, like ABC letters, writing words, practicing their handwriting. Because a lot of times, like, teachers or parents can decipher what children's handwriting says. Kind of like parents are really good at deciphering what their small children are saying when other people have no idea. But for somebody else to read it, you need to write really clearly. So writing a letter or writing a card to someone is a really good way to practice writing neater and more legibly. It can also be a really good way to practice your communication skills. So if you're writing to someone you haven't seen in a while, you need to kind of write very clearly what you mean. When you say you've been playing this, what does that mean? What is that game? They may not know what you're talking about if they don't live in your house or hang out with you regularly. So it improves your communication skills because you have to think about what you want to say and what ideas you're trying to convey to the other person. A big thing is letter writing can help to help your children to practice empathy. So especially the past several months, you may not have been able to see family members or friends the way that you are used to. They may be feeling lonely. Several of them could have been sick or known people who have been sick. They may just be missing you. So it's a good way to kind of think about what other people are going through. And writing somebody a card or a letter that just says, I miss you, I've been thinking about you. You may be feeling lonely, I'm feeling lonely too, is kind of a way to help your children kind of think about how other people may be feeling. And it's really cool to get your kids to think about, kind of what do other people enjoy and how can I make a connection with that. So, for example, if you know your grandma really enjoys playing a certain card game or really enjoys a certain snack, you could write her a letter and say, Grandma, haven't seen you in a while, but we thought about you this weekend because we watched this movie or we played this card game, and we know you really like it. We wish we could play with you soon. We hope to see you soon. That kind of thing. So it kind of helps your children in a lot of different ways to make connections between what they're thinking and what they've been doing and writing it down. Also between what other people enjoy and what other people are feeling and what they're feeling. So letter writing, writing cards can be a really cool way to help your children practice all these different skills. So I also had a little game that you guys can play. It's really, really easy. So I made this big envelope, so you can talk about the different parts of an envelope and the different parts of a letter. Letter writing, like writing letters, envelopes, we've talked about in previous videos, like menus, directions, things like that are called functional print. So you wouldn't read this for fun. You would read this to find out something. So the outside of the letter has a different function, a different meaning than the inside of the letter. So you can say, this is really important to do the outside of your envelope in very clear letters because the people working at the post office have to know where to send it. If you don't write clearly or you leave something off, it may not get there. And what's inside your envelope can be more fun. The person will be reading it for fun or to find out news. So there are two different kinds of print. But this really easy game, you can kind of use context clues to figure out something. So I have 3 different envelopes. says, to my friend from Guess Who. So in each of them, I've printed out a letter. And so you can read the letter to your child and have them guess who wrote the letter based on what the letter says. So here's an example. Dear friend, maybe we can play fetch soon? Who wrote this letter? Who likes to play fetch? Do you know an animal that likes to play fetch? And they can guess. After they guess, you can see if their guess was right or wrong. So, love dog. So all of mine are animals that wrote the letters. So here's another one. You can try this with book characters or people that you know or things like that. But these are all animals because I thought that would be pretty easy. All right, here's another one. Dear friend, can you please visit me in my tree? I want you to see my new nest. So who lives in a tree? Who lives in a nest? Bird. Bird wrote this letter. So this is just a pretty easy game. And I have one more because I like this game. All right, last one. Dear friend, would you like to come over for some cheese? You know it's my favorite snack. What animal really likes to eat cheese? Mouse. So this is a really easy game. You can customize this however you want, whatever your children are interested in. Just a kind of way to get them thinking from somebody else's perspective and to help them use context clues to figure out who wrote the letter. So that's just a really easy thing. But yes, I encourage everybody to start writing letters to other people. Help your children write letters to other people. It's just really fun. And who doesn't like getting mail? And who doesn't like to know that someone else is thinking about them? All right, see you next time.